Shalom, all praise to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Kakadash. Double honor to the apostle elders GMS that taught me this truth. And peace to fellow Akim that had in their life daily, pushing the truth with sincerity, and a few Aquas listen and learn. Hey, Shalom. Once again, my name is I9 with GMS Detroit Bar Camp. And I pray this video be edifying to the hopeful elect. And with that said, this is response to this video right here that GMS KC Living Waters have made, and it's on this reprobate. Hey, he's doing everything he can to stay on this side of life. I told my family, matter of fact, let me just show y'all what I put up here. And this is my honest opinion. He's going to take the MOTB, and so he can still eat and exist in Esau kingdom. Shaking my head, I told my family that I won't be doing any of those things to extend my life. No devices to help me or feeding tools to let me go further in this captivity. Just let me go. I'm not afraid to go into the spirit world. Yahweh Ratazah, I endure unto the end. But I do believe that if I was still eating those disgusting abominable meats, I'll be in the spirit world now. And I truly believe that. And this nigga, this Jake, he wants to stay in the spirit world. He wants to stay in this current world right now, existing and eating those detestable things, that abominable stuff that we are not even allowed to eat. Hey, this Jake eats it. They eat shrimp, crab, lobster, pork, and hey, I'm gonna just play a little of this. His response to some message to the Pharisees. I think he's doing that to the members of GMS, but we ain't the Pharisees. I truly believe that, hey, we are we are members of the elect, or the 1/3, but
Shalom, Israel. It's your King and Shepherd KD coming with another message of daily edification, brought to you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. All praises due. Y'all know, I found something out yesterday. I was like, wow, man, I have Instagram now. I didn't even know. The Pharisees put it up there for me. Boy, I need to go in and get his book of world records, all right, for the nigga that pissed off everybody because he baked a ham. It's gotta be a world record. These niggas are upset. I'll show y'all something. I got this from, okay. All right, yeah. I got this from my brother from Sakari Camp. Hold on, side. This is what he said. Y'all gotta excuse me, I ain't used it in a while, but I think this deserves the Rico voice. Remember Rico? I'm surprised he didn't pop his suit cooler, dick sucking lip ass in here either. But check it out.
A lot of people are upset and have questions. It wouldn't be a good look to not address any of this.
So that's what he said to me. Send me that in Messenger. Okay? You there? So, then he goes,
I seen your video. If you are so confident in what you teach, let's let Israel decide who's true and who's a liar. You lied and said we had Passover at the strip club. Let's have a conversation, KD.
First of all,
You know what? Enough of that. You know, I'm tired of hearing anything this guy got to say. This is probably my last video on this guy. Because, hey, no matter what we say, hey, this so-called Jake will never repent. He's still gonna keep on eating them detestable meats. Right now, he's currently going through dialysis. He's probably a diabetic because going through dialysis and being diabetic goes hand in hand. You know, because that'd be the next step if you don't do certain things to make your cholesterol count and your sugar count go down. Hey, the first thing that happens to you, hey, you lose your kidneys. Your kidneys will fail, and or you could go blind. You know, these are also, you know, curses that come with that disease. You know, I am a diabetic, but I did things to stop eating pork. I followed the law, statutes, commandment to the best of my ability. But I'm not like this guy right here, try to make it hey, when I first found out that I can't eat them things, it was easy for me to not do them things anymore. So let me stop and this right here and just go straight to scriptures, because hey, hey, we have examples how to not to live in this kingdom when it comes down to the PORK, and hey, we have examples to show us how to suffer, or if it needs to be, hey, we give up the ghosts, you know, for these beliefs, the law, statutes, commandments of our forefathers. So with that said, my first scripture is Romans 5:4. For whatsoever things are written aforetime were written for our learning, that through patience and comfort of the scriptures that we might have hope. So, hey, what was for our learning? Hey, it was for our learning to not do anything like eating pork. You know, that was one of the commandments of the Most High told us not to do. Shrimp, crab, lobster, catfish, all those things are forbidden for us to eat. You know, but you know, that Jake, he wants to make it away so he can still eat it, and we have examples of Israelite men who rather choose death than to break the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. So, my first one is Eleazar. This is 2nd Ezra 6 and 18. Eleazar, one a principal scribe, an aged man of a well-favored countenance, constrained to open his mouth, and to eat of swine flesh, but choosing rather to die gloriously than to live stained with such abomination, and spit it forth, and came to his own accord to the torment, as behooved them to come that are resolute to stand out against such things as are not lawful for love of life to be tasted. And these things are not, read that again, as it behoved them to come, that the resolute to stand without against such things as are not lawful for love of life to be tasted. So, he rather die than to eat what that guy eating. You know, these are examples for us to learn that, the things that this guy called himself KD, you know, he's no King David. You know, he's not King David. But, this guy right here wants to act like he's somebody when he's really nothing. You know? We ain't doing these videos because of you. We doing the videos because of the law, statutes, commandments, and we have the fear of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai on our side. Hey, we do this to persuade people not to do such things that you are doing. But they that had the charge of the wicked feast, for the old acquaintance they had with the man, taking him aside and besought him to bring flesh of his own provision, such as was lawful for him to use, and make as he did eat of the flesh taken from the sacrifice by the king's command, and that so doing that he might be delivered from death, and for the old friendship with them and find find favor. But he began to consider discreetly that as became his age and ecstasy of 80 years, and the honor of his gray head, whereon was to come his most honest education from a child, rather the holy law made and given by Yahweh, wherefore he answered accordingly, and willed them to straightway send him to the grave. Hey, Eleazar rather die than eat swine flesh. But this Jake, what he had? Bacon in his corn. He had pork roast. Hey, he had ham, soaked in soaked in Coca-Cola. But hey, he's trying to make it like it's okay to eat this. Hey, it was never okay for us to eat these things. You know, according to scriptures, hey, it's an everlasting covenant that the Most High made with us. So it was an everlasting covenant. Hey, one of the things that the Most High said, we ain't supposed to eat swine flesh or touch it. But hey, this devil, this Jake right here, hey, he trying to behoove men that it's okay to eat such things. You know, for it becometh not our age, he said, in any wise to assemble whereby many young persons might think that Eleazar, being 80 and 10, now gone to a strange religion. And Eleazar was 90 years old when this went down. And so, through my hypocrisy and desire to live a little time and a moment longer, should be deceived by me, and I gain a stain to my old age and make it abominable. Hey, I look up to the example that Eleazar had set forth among the children of Israel that was at that time, that was looking at him. For though the present time I should be delivered from the punishment of men, yet I should not escape the hand of the Almighty, neither alive nor dead. Therefore, manfully changing his life, I will show myself as one as my age requireth, and leave a notable example, such as to be young to die willingly for the courageous, willingly and courageous for the honorable and holy laws. When he had said these words, immediately he went to the torment. Hey, that's an example of how to die gloriously for the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. But here's some more. The 7 brothers, the Maccabees of the 7th chapter. The 7 brothers and their mother. Hey, y'all can read that on your own. But this is another example of not eating pork. Now let's go into it. Maccabees 7:1, and it came to pass that the 7 brothers with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law to taste swine flesh, and were tormented with scourge and whips. But one of them spake first, saying thus, what will thou ask or learn of us? We are ready to die rather than transgress the laws of our father. And the king, being enraged, commanded the pans and the cauldrons to be made hot, forthwith, being heated, commanded to cut the tongue of him that spake first, and cut off the utmost parts of his body, and the rest of his brethren and his mother looking on. And now when he thus maimed all his members, and commanded him yet alive to be brought to the fire, to be fried in a pan, as the vapor of the pan was good space dispersed, they exhorted one another with the mother to die manfully, saying thus, the Yahweh Bashim Yahushai look upon us in truth, and have comfort in us, as Moses in his song, which witnessed to his face declared, saying, he that shall be comfort in his servant. So when the first was dead, after his number, they brought the second to make mock of him, and to make a mocking stock. And when they pulled off the skin of his head with the hair, they asked him, wilt thou eat before thou be punished throughout every member of thy body? But he answered in his own language and said, La. He said, no. And that's La in Hebrew. Therefore, he also received the next torment in order, as the former did. And when he was at the last gasp, he said, like a fury taketh us out of this present life, but the king of the king of the world shall raise us up, who have died for his laws unto everlasting. And this is another example how to die. Matter of fact, let's keep going. After the third was made a stock mocking stock, and when he was required, he put forth his tongue, and at the right soon holding forth his hands manfully, and said courageously, these I have from heaven, from his laws I despise them, and from him I hope to receive again. Insomuch the king and they that were with him marveled at the young man's courage, for that he nothing regarding the pain. And how when this man was dead also, they tormented and mangled the fourth like the manner, and so on and so forth. So when he was ready to die, he said thus, it is good being put to death by men, to look for hope from Yahweh, to be raised up again by him. As for thee, thou shalt die and have no, thou shalt have no resurrection to life. Afterwards, they brought him forth and mangled him. But these men willingly and courageously died for the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High. We have even more. This is Daniel 3 is another good example. How Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, instead of bowing down to this temple, this false idol that the king made, Nebuchadnezzar the king made, he wanted, a matter of fact, I'm going to just read a little of this, and I'm going to skip down to the point that I'm trying to reach. Nebuchadnezzar the king made a golden image whose height was 60 cubits, and the breadth thereof 6 cubits, and he set it up in the plain of Dura in the province of Babylon. Then Nebuchadnezzar sent to gather together the princes and the governors, and the captains and the judges, the treasurers, and the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the provinces to come to the dedication of the image which King Nebuchadnezzar the king set up. And when the princes and the governors and the captains and the treasurers and the counselors and the sheriffs and all the rulers of the provinces were gathered together unto Nebuchadnezzar, unto the dedication of the image that Nebuchadnezzar the king set up, they stood before the image that Nebuchadnezzar had set, and the herald cried out aloud, to you it is commanded, O people, nations, and languages, that at the time when you hear the sound of the cornet, the harp, the flute, the harp, the sackbut, the palsy, the dulcimer, and all kind of music, ye fall down and worship the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king hath set up. And whosoever falleth not down and worship shall the same hour be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. So I'm gonna keep reading. I'm gonna skip down to right here, verse 12. And there were certain Jews whom thou hast set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not regarded thee. They serve not thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. And then Nebuchadnezzar, in his rage and fury, commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And when they brought these men before the king, Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Do not ye serve my gods, nor serve them, and nor worship the image which I have made, which I have set up, Slakia, nor worship the golden image which I have set up. Now if ye be ready, at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, the harp, the flute, the sackbut, the psaltery, and the dulcimer, all kind of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made. Well, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast in the same hour into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. Who is that power that shall deliver you out of my hands? And Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are careful to answer thee in this manner. If it be so, our power, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thy hand, O king. But if it is not be known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. And when Nebuchadnezzar, full of fury, the form of his inches changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spake, commanded that they should heat the furnace 107 times more than it wont to be heated. And he commanded the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, to cast them in the fiery furnace. And these men were bound, and their coats, and their hosen, and their hats, and the other garment were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. And therefore, because of the king's commandment was urgent, and the furnace exceedingly hot, the flame of the fire slew those men that took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And these three men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down, abound in the midst of the burning fiery furnace. And when Nebuchadnezzar the king was astonished, rose up in haste and spake and said unto his counselors, Did not we cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire? And they answered and said unto the king, True, O king. And he answered and said, Lo, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt from the fourth. From the form of the fourth is like the son of Yahweh. And when Nebuchadnezzar came near the mouth of the burning fiery furnace, he spake and said, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, ye servants of the Most High Power, come forth, come hither. Then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came forth of the midst, and the princes and the governors and the captives, being gathered together, saw these men upon whose body the fire had no power, nor was an hair of their head singed, neither were their coats changed, nor the smell of the fire have passed on them. Then Nebuchadnezzar spake and said, Blessed be Yahweh of Shadrach, blessed be the power of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who sent his angel to deliver his servants that trust in him, and have changed the king's word, and yielded their bodies that they might not serve nor worship any god except their own power. So you gotta have faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and you gotta have fear of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai to do what the law, statutes, commandments requires you to do. But hey, this Jake here, he's gonna do everything that he can to stay existing in this world. Me myself, hey, if my kidneys fell on me, I'm not gonna get dialysis. I'm good. I'd rather fall in the hands of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, go in the spirit world. I know I could be brought back again in the next life. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Baba Kashai, if I'm of the hopeful elect, hey, I will be brought back at the same time, and I'll meet the brothers that still presently living in the air when Yahweh shall return. But some jakes thinking thinking that, hey, I can do whatever the hell I want, you know. I can eat whatever I want. I got grace, but hey, grace ain't doing you that good. Hey, you probably got heart disease. I know you got kidney disease because you're on dialysis, and you can only live like 3 years max on kidney disease. And man, you're big as a house, man. I can't even see your Adam apple or your neck. I see nothing but your chin. I see nothing. I don't even see your chin. All I see is nothing but meat. I can't even tell where your Adam's apple at. You're too damn big for that, you know. But hey, we have this example right here. You know, right here. Where is it? It's Matthias, his example. Matter of fact, what I'm looking for. Well, I'm gonna just start at. Then Matthias and his son rent their clothes and put on sackcloth and mourn very sore. Matter of fact, what was it? This one they profane the temple. And hey, matter of fact, let's go up to 17. The king answered, and they answered the king officers and said to Matthias, on this wise, thou art a ruler, an honorable great man, in this city, and strengthen with the sons and brethren. Now therefore come out thou first, and fulfill the king's commandment, like as all the heathen have done, yea, and the men of Judah also, such as remain at Jerusalem, and thou and thy house shall be in the number of the king's friends, and thou and thy children shall be honored with silver and gold, and many reward. Then Mattathias answered and spake with a loud voice, though all the nations that are under the king's dominion obey him, and fall away everyone from the religion of their fathers, and give consent to his commandment, yet I and my sons and my brethren walk in the covenant of our fathers. Yahweh forbid that we should forsake the law and the ordinances. We will not hearken to the king's words, go from our religion, neither on the right hand or the left. Now then he had left speaking these words, and there came one of the Jews in the sight of all, sacrifice on the altar, which was in Modin, according to the king's commandment. Which thing, when Matthias saw, he was inflamed with zeal, and his reins trembled. Neither could he forbear to slew his anger according to the judgment. Wherefore he ran and slew him upon the altar. Also the king commissioner, who he also compelled men to sacrifice, he killed at that time. And the altar he pulled down, and thus he dealt zealously for the law, like as Phineas did to Zambrin, the son of Shalom. Matthias cried throughout the city with a loud voice, saying, whosoever is zealous of the law, maintaineth the covenant, let him follow me. And so he and his sons fled into the mountains, and they left all that they had in the city. And many sought after justice and judgment that went down into the wilderness to dwell there. So this is an example of not going against the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. He ended up giving the ghost for this. If you read further down, that he gave the ghost for this fact, for his where is it at? There go, verse 49. Now when the time drew near that Mattathias should die, he said unto his sons, now thou have pride and rebuke gotten strength, and the time of destruction and the wrath of the indignation. Now therefore, my son, be ye zealous for the law, and give yourselves for the covenant of your fathers. Call to remembrance the acts of our fathers did in their time, so ye shall receive a great honor and an everlasting name. Was not Abraham found faithful in temptation? It was imputed unto him for his righteousness. And it is reputed unto him, Mattathias, for his righteousness, because it is written of him in the Bible. Mattathias is a member of the elect. I truly believe. And this example is showing us how to live gloriously for the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. And to die for them if it need be. You know, what's this one? I don't know what is this one right here I got. Matthew 6:25, therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what shall you eat, or what shall you drink, nor for your body, what shall you put on? Is not life more than meat, and the body than raiment? Hey, again, this guy right here is going to do whatever he can to stay in this world. This reprobate. You know, he's going to do whatever he can to stay in this world. Hey, he's going to take the MOTB. He's going to do whatever he can to keep on eating them that disgusting meats. You know, that abominable flesh. The reason why he is a diabetic. The reason why he have kidney disease. The reason why, he have all kind of unhealthy conditions is because of what he's doing to himself, defiling his temple. Have faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Behold the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap or gather into barns, yet your heavenly Father feedeth them. Are ye not much better than they? Which of you, by taking any thought, can add 1 cubit unto his stature? And why ye ought, why take ye aught for raiment? Consider the lilies of the field. They grow, they toil not, neither do they spin. Yet I say unto you that even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. Wherefore, so Yahweh clothes the grass of the field, which today is, and tomorrow is cast into the oven. Shall he not much more clothe you, O ye of little faith? And if he had faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, he was fully convinced to not do such things that the Most High dislikes. It would be no problem for him to give up the pork. But he wants to keep on doing it. He wants to make it seem like it's righteous that he do it. You know? But for all these things, matter of fact, Matthew 6:31, therefore take no thought, saying, for what shall you eat? What shall we eat? Or what shall we drink? What will we eat? What shall we drink? Or what will fall? Will we be clothed? For after all these things do the Gentiles seek. For your heavenly Father knoweth that ye need of these things. And but seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. And how you seek ye first the kingdom of heaven? Walking the law, statutes, commandments to the best of your ability. Once you learn these breakdowns, you go out to the highways and hedges and you teach this thing, this walk of ours. And you live your body as a living example how not to live. He felt that test because he's eating pork. He was prideful when he showed his dinner and saying that Thanksgiving Day was Yahushua's day and he was cooking abominable meats. He could have just had steak and he could have had roast beef and turkey, but no, he had to do bacon, corn with bacon in it. He had to do probably had chitlins, hog maws. He had pork soaked in motherfucking Coca-Cola for 2 days and trying to make it seem like it's lawful thing that he was doing. That wasn't lawful. That was disgusting. Matter of fact, what was that scripture I was looking for? Well, that's it. This video going long enough. Hey, all praise to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles, GMS. Shalom.